Good morning everybody and welcome to Friday's Assembly. Just want to say first of all how much I'm missing all of you. The teachers have been telling me about your work. I'm so proud of you all, you're working really hard, but it would be lovely to see you all. So I thought I'd share something today about something else I really miss. It's important to us at Chelsfield, and that's going on school trips. Really miss going on school trips with you all, and I know we will be able to do it again, but it's something I'm really missing. So I thought today I'd share a story that I really like. It's called The Shape Game by an author called Anthony Brown. Now some of you probably know Anthony Brown. He wrote lots of stories with gorillas in them, and we've got lots in the library at school. And they're interesting because although they're picture books that you can read at all ages. Younger children can enjoy them, but older children can see some of the different things that happen. This one's called The Shape Game. Now, it's a story about his time working at Tate Britain. And Tate Britain is one of the places we often go on school trips. We're lucky in London to have so many fantastic art galleries near us. And for a while, he worked at Tate Britain as their artist in residence. Every big gallery always has an artist in residence, someone who works there and produces their work there and supports schools and works with other artists. So this is a story about his time there and about thinking back to a time when him and his family went on a trip to Tate Britain. Let me read it to you. I'll show you the pictures first, but if you've got this book or you can find it online, read it. It's fantastic. I was a little boy and didn't know what to expect. It was Mum's idea. That year, for her birthday, she wanted us all to go somewhere different. It turned out that that day changed my life. There's a picture there of Dad and Mum and George and his brother. We went on a train to the city and then had a long walk. There was an important match on the telly, so I knew Dad and George didn't really want to come. George spent most of the time trying to trip me up, and Dad told us some jokes. Dad's jokes are always terrible. Why do gorillas have huge nostrils? I don't know, said George. Because they've got huge fingers, said Dad. All his jokes are like that. When we got there, the place looked really posh. That's Tate Britain. Lots of you have already been there. In fact, if you were in year 3 a few years ago, I think our current year 6, your picture is actually in Tate Britain. All the year 3s were photographed by a very famous artist called Steve McQueen. And because of coronavirus, we couldn't go and see it. But as soon as that's finished, we're going. I felt a bit nervous, and even George and Dad were quiet at first. What on earth is that supposed to be, said Dad. He said that a lot as we went through the gallery. Mum took us to a large room with lots of paintings. Boring, said George, and Dad told him to be quiet. I thought it looked boring too, but I wasn't quite so sure. George leaned against a picture and one of the guards came and told him off, so Dad told him off too. It wasn't a very good start to the visit, especially for George. Dad tried to cheer him up. Did you hear about the fool who keeps going around saying no? No, mumbled George. Oh, so it's you then, Dad said, laughing. George wandered away. However, Mum made us look at some more of the paintings, and we started to get interested. There's one there that some of you I know have worked on when you did Tudors. You can see that one in the tape, and another one there that the artist, if you look closely, has played a spot the difference game, and he's changed one of the hats into a cat sitting on his head. Those two are just the same, I said. Well, not exactly, said Mum. Look really closely. In the next room, George called, hey, look at this, it's great. Do you think so, said Mum. Can you imagine that happening on our street? Does that remind you of anything, said Mum. Yes, said George. It looks like Dad telling one of his dreadful jokes. So, said Dad, there were 2 sausages sizzling in a pan. One sausage looks at the other and says, whew, it's hot in here. And the other one says, oh no, it's a talking sausage. Everyone groaned. Now that's what I call a painting, said Dad. Look at that lion. It's so real and lifelike. Soon it was time to go, and we went to the shop. But all I was allowed to buy was this. We walked back to get the train, and everyone was in a good mood. When we got to the station, Dad asked, what did Batman say to Robin before they got in the car? Oh, all right then, said Mum. What did Batman say to Robin before he got in the car? Robin, get in the car, said Dad. Come on, boys, said Mum, get in the train. But on the way home, Mum showed